Episode 3 of Tracker begins with Coulter stopping at Springland, Idaho for a rest. He is on his way to another location, chasing a stolen car. However, Coulter's plans change as he senses something more concerning a tussle unfolding in the parking lot. Tom Tozer and a group of other men are harassing Kira Stein, who is putting up missing posters for her sister, Mia. They intimidate her to stop, forcing Coulter to intervene. Tom warns him to leave, but to no avail. Left with no other option, he draws a knife, punctures Coulter's truck, and cuts him near the rib cage. The wound is deep enough to require stitches at the hospital, which is where he befriends Beth, a doctor. She explains that Mia came to the town as a traveler. She lived out of a van and was a nomad traversing across Idaho in it. However, she went missing a few weeks ago. The police have stopped looking for her. But not Kira. She believes that Mia is in deep trouble, which is how Coulter figures into the whole situation. Locals repeatedly warn him to stay away, but Coulter is determined in his will to help Kira. The two talk in Coulter's RV. Kira explains that the men who ran into him earlier work for the Winslow family. Eric Winslow is a local business tycoon with ambitions of turning the town into a traveling hotspot. Mia was last seen on one of the properties owned by them. That becomes Coulter's starting point. He sends the IMEI number on the back of a device connected to the cameras on the property to Bobby, who immediately starts working on the case. Tom points a gun at Coulter, who is officially trespassing. But Coulter dials down the tensions and talks to him calmly. Tom explains his reasons for not liking Kira's pursuit. It makes him look bad around the town, while also stressing out his family. Tom reveals that although Mia's van was parked on the property, she didn't sleep in it. Teddy and Velma find out that Mia was seeing Matt Gecko Winslow, Eric's son. Coulter travels to the climbing range the next morning. But Matt is less than forthcoming. The tracker isn't giving up so easily. He goes to the Winslow's house and just catches Matt as he is leaving. Matt explains that they were in a relationship. Mia was outspoken and fearless, which is what attracted him to her. However, in spite of their closeness, she skipped town without informing him. He even gives Coulter a note that she left for him. Upon some more digging, Velma finds out that Eric Winslow has dockets full of pending litigations in court. They request Rieni to find out more, setting up a meeting between Coulter and her later. This ties directly into what Coulter finds out next. Kira refutes Matt's note, saying that the handwriting isn't Mia's. Bobby finds the exact location of Mia's van, which is on a Winslow property. When they arrive at the spot at night, the duo are shot at by an unidentified assailant. It is more of a warning shot and they manage to turn away from the place. By the time Coulter brings Sheriff Gale back to the spot, the van is gone. It is clear that Gale works for Eric, but this gives him even more encouragement to overlook cues to start an investigation. Later that night, Rieni shows up at Coulter's RV. While going through the pending and settled litigation files, she finds out that Eric Winslow intimidates people into giving up their properties. He has filed a bunch of cases against people for crimes like trespassing. But out of all the files, there is only one case filed against him by Nathaniel Orchard. However, 3 weeks after the filing, Nathaniel was found dead. Interestingly, Mia was slated to appear as a key witness in the trial against Eric. Bobby finds out who moved Mia's van and the duo straightaway leave to find Matt. He confesses that during their intimate moments, he told Mia the truth about Eric's tactics. Given her fearless nature, she was determined to act against the interests of the Winslow family. However, Matt is completely unaware that the note he received wasn't from Mia. The trio now heads to the Winslow's estate, where Coulter shows Eric the photo that Bobby sent him. It proves that Tony, Eric's driver, is the one who moved the van, pointing to Eric's complicity in Mia's disappearance. Eric still maintains that he only wanted to scare Mia, at which point his wife confesses that she killed Mia because she wouldn't keep quiet. Her body is later discovered by the police, and Kira can finally put to rest her pursuit of her. The episode ends with Coulter heading on to another case and warning Rieni to stay away from Russell, who has been calling her, after telling her the truth about how Ashton, his father, died. The episode review. Episode 3 is pacey, engrossing, and quite well-rounded. It leaves a lot to be desired in terms of plot schematics, which should have been much better. Hartley is settling in admirably as the leading man, and he is a big reason Tracker is making such an impact. His chemistry with Fiona Renee is striking, and hopefully, we get to see more of her in the coming episodes. With every new episode, Coulter's character develops as he helps people like him. It is part of his appeal to the viewers, which also makes the conclusion to episodes interesting. The writers managed to complement the overarching backstory about Coulter's family with the subplot in Episode 3. Tracker values the protagonist's central conceit, and in turn, it richly appreciates the episodic plot lines.